The story begins by showing Riley competing in a hockey game where his emotions work together so that Riley can achieve victory. There is joy, anger, fear, disgust, and sadness. Joy then revealed that Riley is now 13 years old and has experienced many changes in her life and personality. At the bottom of Memory Island, Riley now has a strong sense of self-confidence. He also has a noble heart, often helping his friends and managing to make new friends in junior high school. Grace and Bree, who also became hockey teammates. Returning to the match because Riley's personality is dominated by joy and kindness, he and his team managed to win the match. The game was watched by a coach from a famous high school who then invited the three of them to join a hockey camp. Riley's parents provided support. Riley himself felt worried remembering an incident in a match where he knocked down an opponent and received a foul. Joy decided to erase these bad memories as well as other unpleasant memories that Riley had. Joy wants to go downstairs to retrieve memories of Riley's victory with his friends and invites sadness to accompany him. The place that is a symbol of Riley's identity is filled with positive memories that come together to form a trust tree. One night while the emotions are sleeping, they are awakened by a sound which turns out to be coming from Riley's puberty button. After Joy throws away the button, their emotional headquarters is suddenly invaded by workers who tear the place down, claiming that there will be new emotions coming in and they need a bigger space. Riley also experiences overreactions to everything. A little pressure from sadness on the console made him cry. Riley experienced physical changes ranging from body odor to the appearance of acne. Riley, Grace, and Bree are dropped off by Riley's parents at hockey camp. Riley is very excited because he and his friends will be attending the same high school and playing hockey together again. However, Disgust discovered that Bree and Grace were hiding something. Grace accidentally reveals that they won't be able to be together anymore because they will be at different high schools, and this hockey camp may be their last chance to play together. Hearing this, Riley became very sad and cried due to the influence of sadness. In high school, Riley accidentally collides with Valentina, a hockey player he really idolizes from the same school. The incident caused the console to turn orange, which was the result of a new emotion called anxiety. There is also envy that is jealous of things like Valentina's hair, and embarrassment or shyness that is often felt in adolescence. There is also ennui or boredom, which makes Riley feel lethargic and bored to the point that he only uses his cell phone to access the console. Riley is faced with a choice between being friends with Grace and Bree or with Valentina, whom he has just met. Anxiety feels anxious because the next 3 days are very crucial for Riley to make friends in high school. These emotions show the worst-case scenario where Riley could annoy Valentina and her friends to the point of becoming a loner in high school. Suddenly, a nostalgic emotion emerged that should not have appeared at that time. Valentina takes Riley to the locker room and meets the high school hockey team. There, Grace and Bree show up, and Joy makes them scream, disturbing everyone, including the coach. As a result of Joy's actions, the coach got angry with Riley and punished all the camp participants, including confiscating their cell phones. Joy's actions are certainly not a good first impression for Riley. During the break, Riley heard Valentina and her friends doubting the possibility of Riley being accepted by the coach, which made anxiety come up with the idea to get closer to Valentina so that Valentina would feel sympathy for Riley, and the plan worked. When the teams are divided, anxiety takes control with the aim of having Riley on the same team as Valentina, while leaving her friends aside and destroying the trust tree, which of course disappoints Riley's friends. Anxiety desires to create a new belief tree using memories of itself, but it is opposed by old emotions. Anxiety then orders Embarrassment to lock up these old emotions so he can carry out his plans without interference. Anxiety places Riley's memories of wanting to enter high school and leaving his friends behind into Riley's belief. They are then taken to a secret room for disposal of very dark memories, and they realize that they have been banished. In the room, they meet Bluffy, a character from a children's movie that Riley often watches, and Lance Slashblade, a character from a game that Riley used to really love. There's also Riley's big black darkest secret. They beg Lance to help them get out of the bottle they were trapped in, but Lance could only roll away. Bluffy then summons his bag named Pochi to help them get out of that place using dynamite. They were caught by the guards, but Lance managed to roll over and catch the guards off guard, so they themselves were locked in a locker. Before returning to headquarters, they needed to retrieve Riley's trust tree that had been thrown away by anxiety. Joy leads an effort to retrieve the tree, but they get lost because Joy and Sadness's usual path is closed. The next day, anxiety takes over and pushes Riley to train hard to get on the hockey team. Valentina's there too, and they are happy that the plan worked. Valentina even asks Riley out to dinner, which makes Riley once again ignore her friends. Meanwhile, Joy and the others arrive at the River of Consciousness and must follow the river to reach the Tree of Belief. However, they needed someone who could return to headquarters to take them home, and Sadness elected to go upstairs using the tunnel. Whereas Envy makes Riley eat food he doesn't like, Joy and her friends are confused to see Riley eating broccoli and are forced to use the broccoli to climb up. Anxiety also places a lot of anxious memories in Riley, which causes Riley's tree to turn an orange color. Valentina and her friends tell Riley that his fate is in the hands of the coach, which is determined by a book that records Riley's good and bad. This makes anxiety even more anxious. On the trip, they failed to make Riley look cool, and instead made Valentina and the others feel uncomfortable. Meanwhile, Joy and the others are still on broccoli. On the other hand, Riley was asked about his favorite band, and he answered with the band he liked in middle school, which turned out to be embarrassing because he hasn't been able to move on from those middle school days. Anxiety summons all of Riley's memories of music and accidentally brings Sadness back to the office quickly. Since there was no suitable band, Ennui made Riley answer in a sarcastic tone, which unexpectedly also created a chasm in Riley's river of consciousness called the Sarcasm chasm. Joy tried to ask for help from workers on the other side of the river to cross them, but the voice heard by the worker was a voice of sarcasm. Then Bree and Grace come and remind them that Riley likes the band, Get Up and Glow, and still watches it to this day. After that, Valentina's friend told her that Valentina, as a newcomer, immediately scored 2 scores and immediately entered the team. Anxiety became more and more anxious and brought a lot of memories down. Then he saw broccoli. Joy and the others continue their journey. Anger, disgust, and fear feel hopeless and angry because they can't return to the office, and they blame Joy. Hearing that, Joy, who was usually positive, suddenly became angry and expressed her exhaustion because she had to always be positive, while the others only complained. Joy cried, and anger managed to calm her down. They then used a worker's plunger to climb to the top of the memory cupboard. At the office, Sadness is caught by Embarrassment, but Embarrassment helps Sadness hide. Joy and the others enter Imagination Land, which has now changed a bit, and there is gossip that Riley likes. They enter the imaginary pillow while Riley sleeps, a place controlled by anxiety which creates many bad possibilities so that Riley cannot sleep. They create an imagination that calms Riley, and anxiety realizes that it was Joy's doing. Joy told all the workers that anxiety had made a mistake because by creating a bad possibility instead of making Riley calm, it made her unable to sleep. Finally, thanks to Joy, all the workers created positive imaginations for Riley, and finally Riley fell asleep. After the situation calms down, Joy is chased by security guards sent by anxiety. They escape by riding a future career balloon. Anxiety gets annoyed with Joy and throws another tantrum by waking Riley up, making her worry about the coach's notes and encouraging Riley to sneak a look at the notes. Joy asks Sadness to stop it, and Sadness uses his cell phone to make Riley sad. Just as Riley was about to open the notebook, they notice Sadness's presence. Anxiety finds Sadness in her room and takes the cell phone, and when Riley looks at the book, it says that Riley is not ready to join the team. Anxiety is increasingly panicking and wants to change the trainer's mind with new ideas. The idea came from the sky, which brought Joy and her friends into a storm of ideas. Anxiety requires very big ideas. On the other hand, Joy and the others try to climb onto the big idea so they can get back to the office, but they fail to get in and fall. Luckily, Fear has a parachute. Anxious about using the idea, Riley began to carry out his idea by dyeing his hair like a hockey team member, and again ignoring his friends. Anxiety says that Riley has to score 3 goals to make the team. Joy and the others arrive at a place where the memories that Joy had thrown away because Riley deemed them unnecessary have now piled up high. Anxiety adds one more memory below that makes the new tree perfect, but Riley's self-confidence instead says, "I'm not good enough," which makes anxiety panic. Sadness is asked to take Joy and the others back to the office with the help of Embarrassment. They try to take Joy home, but anxiety destroys their means of transportation. Without these tools, they cannot return to the office, leaving Joy feeling hopeless, a rare moment where we see Joy lose hope. Joy looked at the memories that had been thrown away and felt confused, sad, and anxious because she felt she had lost something important. However, they still have to return to the office. During a hockey game, Riley acts selfishly in an attempt to score a goal. Due to the influence of anxiety, Anger gets the idea to summon Pochi, and Pochi appears with dynamite inside. Riley acts increasingly selfish and takes the ball from his teammates, influenced by anxiety. They then plan to blow up the cliff with dynamite and use the pile of bad memories to get back to the office. They were carried along with the bad memories falling down the cliff. On the other hand, Riley, who played roughly, received a penalty after hitting Grace. Joy and the others enter a place of memories that form Riley's beliefs, and those bad memories become part of Riley's beliefs. Anxiety became panic and made Riley even more anxious. The newly arrived Joy can't do anything because they can't uproot the Tree of Faith. Joy tries to make anxiety aware by saying that they can't control Riley, and finally manages to take anxiety out and replace the tree with a positive tree. Anxiety realizes that they all can't determine who Riley really is, And Joy also realizes that they shouldn't let go of bad memories. These memories form a new memory tree that reflects the whole Riley, who has good, bad, fear, and other mixed feelings. They all hugged the tree and became one, which made Riley feel calm. Later, Riley was honest with his friends about his panic about being separated when he started high school and apologized for his bad behavior. After that, Riley wanted to feel joy again and finally felt happy and calm. Riley continues to play hockey casually and happily playing with his friends. In the afternoon, Riley and Valentina wait for the coach's decision and anxiety feels anxious. However, Joy managed to calm anxiety by telling him to sit on the massage bed. Pochi was there too, and they managed to get Riley to calm down. Riley is now a cheerful teenager who is in the process of finding himself, and he is finally accepted to play hockey in high school. Later, Riley's parents asked about hockey camp, and Riley told them that he was accepted at the camp. Joy visits Riley's dark secret with plans to reveal it, but the dark secret gets scared and goes back into hiding, and this is the end of the story. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can get more videos like this.